Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, where today you join me back in the M2. We're just sort of doing a bit of a catch up and a first impressions video. I've been driving the car for about 2 weeks now, and as far as I can tell it is sublime would be the word I would use. There's not one thing I can fault with it, apart from the petrol tank probably being a bit too small, but meh, what are you going to do? I think as most people agreed, the M2 is pretty much a brilliant car all round, and I think the only thing that might make it not perfect in some people's eyes is that it has the DCT gearbox rather than a manual. And there's one reason that I chose to go with a DCT rather than a manual, and that is because I couldn't be asked, really. To be fair, I've had fun with a manual gearbox in the ST previously for 8 years. I drive a manual van for work all the time, and you could say I'm probably getting old at some point now, so my left knee, my clutch leg is starting to sort of take a bit of a toll. So I thought I'll have a break from a manual car for a while I've still got a manual van, and I've no doubt at some point in the future I'll get another manual car, but for the time being I'm just going to enjoy the DCT gearbox because it has launch control, which I'm still yet to try, so very excited to try that out. Never had a car with launch control before, but we've done launches in the X3, so that was fun. I'm wondering what something a little bit lighter is going to be like. But yeah, we took it out for a drive last weekend. If you follow me on Instagram, follow me and you'll see like all the little things that I get up to in the car. Last week we was out with Petrol Union for a drive, the first sort of spirited drive that I took it on, and yeah, it handled pretty well. I didn't push it too hard because, again, first rear wheel drive car, so I don't want to be going like driving like a hero and straight away turning everything off, traction control off and everything, and just going full send and end up in a ditch somewhere, because that's not going to end well. So I'll slowly ease into that. But yeah, the tyres and grip was pretty well. It was sort of an average temperature morning. Tyres are a little bit worn on the front. What we got down there, I think it was Michelin's on the front, but we got a nice set of brand new Michelin Pilot Super Sports on the back that BMW kindly put on for me. As you can imagine, that was the first thing I checked when I picked up the car. I was like, yep, change them tyres. But yeah, overall very happy with the car. Now for starters, I've just done a 150-mile round trip, and considering it's got the S55 engine, obviously you don't buy this car for economy reasons, but it wasn't too bad actually. For a full tank 150-mile round trip, I got 32 miles to the gallon on it, and I was just poodling along at 70 on cruise control. But obviously we don't buy these cars for economy, so let's whack it into one of my presets and just like that, it all kicks in. Everything's so crisp. Gear changes are lovely, although they're on Sport, not Sport Plus, so it's not the sharpest gear changes, but the engine is on Sport Plus, so the valves are open. Just manually downshift at this bend. I feel like I can enjoy this car a bit more now, because where before the previous one I drove, the one from Inchcape, Chelmsford, BMW, where they lent it to me for the day, I didn't want to obviously push it too hard or like straight away push it to its limits on the first rear wheel drive car that I've driven, but I feel like where this is my own car and I'm obviously getting used to it day by day, I can start pushing it that little bit harder, especially now the roads are dry and temperatures are slowly creeping up as well. I've got more heat in the tyres, but that's not to say I'm going to go absolutely crazy and go straight to the ragged edge, because that's just not going to end well. But we might have a little play. Just come back out into a national Plus, we'll put the engine to Sport Plus. Steering I'll leave in Sport, just because I think Sport Plus is a bit too heavy, unless you're really going for that old school analog feel. Then maybe on a track day or something you might sort of be tempted with that option a little bit more, but I think over here it's not enough. Yeah, it's good enough. So even around town, like, because obviously the sport car, the sport suspension set up on the car, same with any sports car really, all rides are going to be a bit firmer, but you can sort of, I don't know if this is sort of the right way of saying it, it's a harsher ride and you can feel it through the car, but the refinedness and the seat sort of takes it away. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but around town it's actually still a pleasant car to drive, apart from sometimes if you've got it in sport mode and the sport gear setting, the gearbox sometimes has a bit of hesitation to what gear you want, whether it's first or second, and sometimes it could be a little bit jumpy, if you like the kangaroo effect, but it's alright. It's just one of them things you expect in a sporty car. So nice as well, because when you finally do sort of come to the outskirts of town and the roads start opening up a little bit, one little push of a button and it's just there. It completely changes. But then again, if you're not feeling that Sunday morning drive, you can just again push of a button or slot back over into normal drive and everything's comfortable again, and you just drive it like a normal car. But even with obviously the M2 being sort of like the baby M car of the group, it's still a sensible daily car. Fuel wise, depending on runs, it's not too bad, but like I said, you don't buy this car for economy, but you can still use it. Space wise in the back, we had 4 people in it and 2 people sitting comfortably in the back, no leg room issues. And I mean, I know I'm not the tallest person, so whoever sits behind me is winning really, but passenger wise as well, it's still comfortable. And sometimes being a passenger in the rear of the car, the drive can the ride can be a bit firmer because you've got no weight over the rear axle, no engine weight and stuff like that, but it's still comfortable all round. So there we go, that is my first impressions video. Yeah, car's everything that I wanted it to be and more. After driving the previous one, now I've actually got one myself. I'm over the moon with it. But yeah, now it's just a case of getting ready, well, getting to know the car a bit better. One of them things, it's like with every car you get, long term wise, you find new things with it. I found a couple of little tricks and things that people haven't really known about before, like the comfort access on the windows, because it's a frameless door. If you have the keyless and comfort entry, there's a setting in there that you can change, so when you unlock the car with your fob, if you double click it, because it's a frameless window, normally it drops down. I'll show you. If you know, you know. The frame drops down just a little bit, just to pop out of the sill. But if you select the comfort entry option and double click the fob, when you open the door, the window drops down to about there. Obviously not good if it's raining, and we couldn't understand why it was doing it. And all it was a option that we'd ticked in the menu for that driver profile. Which is another good thing, driver profiles that you can set up for each individual key. But yeah, like little things like that you just find out over time. But yeah, there'll be more things I will find, no doubt. So yeah, time to end it right there. We'll go enjoy the rest of the day. But yeah, if you like this one, like and subscribe for more M2 content to come very soon. A little bit slow at the minute as I've just moved, so got to set everything up again. But I'm doing a Roadstar app convoy to Caffeine and Machine in a couple of weeks on Saturday the 21st of May. It'll be the 9 AM to the 12 o'clock or midday slot. So if you'd like to join that, let us know, comment below, follow me on Instagram, which is all in the description, and be good to see you there. So for now, take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.